Hello, everyone. How are you doing? This is the month of September, and once again, we have come to another month of the BU EDU movement. So, the topic for this month is finding your bliss. Now, bliss, we all know, is happiness, what brings you joy, right? So, for this month, for those who want to contribute, you can talk about things, whether it be personal or professional. But for me, in thinking about finding your bliss, I think about what brings me joy professionally. So in my job, the greatest thing, nothing brings me greater joy, where I find my bliss the most, is working with teachers. I so much enjoy talking to teachers, building relationships with teachers, really sort of finding out how they want to leverage technology to meet certain outcomes or certain learning experiences with their students. I don't like to come to them and because, some tool has me hot, and I'm jumping at the bit to share it. I try to temper, what I'm saying, my enthusiasm for it. And what I want to do is to say, okay, Miss Johnson, what are you teaching next? Or what is coming down the pike? What sort of experiences do you want your students to have? And from there, we have that exchange, we have that dialogue, and then I'm able to say, okay, if I'm hearing you correctly, you want to do X, Y, and Z. And then I bring to them either one tool that I think is super amazing, or I give them a couple of options. We talk about those tools. We talk about ways those tools can be integrated in their classrooms, the different type of lessons that they can do, how students can take ownership of the learning based upon that. And then we sort of come up with a plan on how to make this happen. And in doing that, again, for me, I am really working with that teacher and learning from that teacher and building trust with that teacher. And it makes me so happy. That's my bliss. It's not me, saying you have to do this, you have to use this instructional strategy. What about the SAMR? You have to do this. And at some point in time, some of those things may come up. And some things may have their importance or their relevance in some way. But for me, the greatest part is that teacher and them taking ownership of their PD. Me working with them to help them build capacity in their own learning, in their own skills, in their own strengths, and them sort of working out a vision for how they want to teach and move their students. And again, I mean, that excites me, okay? And it's something that I'm really trying to focus on, because as our district moves forward and bringing on more one-to-one campuses in our district, there's things, creating accounts and Chromebook stuff, whether it be assigning Chromebooks to teachers, which I don't assign assets, but I'm, in terms of prepping the Chromebooks to do such and such and to do such and such, and working with vendors and all those things. Certain things are just a part of the job, and you have to do it. And I say this not to say that those are not aspects of the job that I sort of thrive in, but I am saying that in what I am doing, I'm trying to find my bliss and where I can be the most effective at. And in that, it is the working with the teachers, and it is getting those teachers to that point to where, and I don't want to say this, work myself out of a job, because I enjoy my job, and I also, have certain financial responsibilities. But in doing what I'm doing, essentially, I'm trying to get that teacher to the point to where they themselves are agents. They have agency in their classroom and what they're doing. So I'm going to go because I probably talk really long on this video, but I want to say I look forward to watching everyone's contribution for this month. Finding your bliss. What makes you happy? What brings you that great joy? What wakes you up in the morning, gets you out of bed, slaps you, refreshes you, and say, go out and own the day? What is your bliss? Let's talk about it. Let's discuss. Let's learn from one another. So I look forward to seeing your contributions. Be you, edu, peace.